this video, I'm going to show you how I made these strawberry carrots in a pot of dirt. I thought these would be great for Easter, so stay tuned and I will show you how. The things that I use: some chocolate pudding cups, orange candy melts, crushed up Oreos, and strawberries. Alright guys, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is grab some strawberries. Now wash them ahead of time and let them dry because you don't want these to be moist, and then stick them into your candy melts because it will clump up if you add any type of water or moisture in here. So make sure that they're nice and dry, and then you're just gonna very easily grab the backing of it, and you're going to dip the entire strawberry as far as you can go to cover as far up the strawberry as possible. So I have here my orange candy melt, and just grab, like I said, the top part and pull it back, and then just dip it into the candy melt, and then just kind of tilt it back and forth until you've gotten it almost completely covered. And then just shake it off a little bit. Don't do this too much or else that leaf part might come off. And then go ahead and set it down onto your wax paper, and then you can go ahead and do that again with the rest of them. And then just let them dry for a little bit, because then I'm gonna go ahead and drizzle them just to give them some little lines so they won't be so flat, and it'll make them look a little bit more like a strawberry. I mean, not a strawberry, a carrot. So see, that one's starting to go matte because you can tell when it's starting to dry it loses the shine. Great. So to make the little lines to make it look more like a carrot, I'm just going to grab my spoon and then just kind of raise up and let it drip like this, but move it back and forth. It's coming down like that. It's drying pretty quickly. I think I might need to stick this back in the microwave, but I'm going to go ahead and do it again. Start off like this. Just drizzle it down like that. And it doesn't have to be perfect or completely all around, because it's going to be inside the pudding, so you really won't be able to see the lines. I just wanted to be a little bit more detailed instead of having it flat. But if you don't want to do all of this because you don't want to go through all that waste of candy melt or that extra step, you can go ahead and stick it in like this. I just thought I'd just give it a little bit more shape, a little bit more detail to it. So again, just lift it up and just move it back and forth, just like that. Very easy. So now I'm going to move on to prepping my pudding. So what I want to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and peel this off. Now you can make your pudding, you know, get a box of mix and make your own pudding at home. But I find that this is just a lot easier, because when you do your pudding at home, you're still going to have to purchase some little cups, you know, containers to put in your pudding. So I think this is just a lot easier, quicker, and you know, you'll already have your cups. You don't have to go searching around for small cups, because you don't want to give, you know, something too large. I think the 8 ounce, I think it's 6 or 8 ounces. That's the smallest one in that clear kind of solo cup. I think that's just way too much pudding, and I think this is just the right amount. So I have here my crushed up cookies. You can use Oreos, or you can use any other off-brand cookie. Just crunch them up. I put all my cookies, I took off the center part and then put them in a little plastic bag, and then just kind of smush them with a little mallet here, or a meat tenderizer, and just crunched it up. And so now what I'm going to do is just go around the border, the edges of this cup. I'll show you in a second what that's going to look like. Just like that. Just around the edge, because I'm going to be sticking that carrot in the center. So I'm going to do that to all of them. Alright, so right now I'm going to double check my carrots to see if they are dry. Alright, so they are dry. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a knife and then just trim off any extra pieces that are kind of sticking out like that. Just like that, that's good. And so now I'm going to grab my little cup, grab my carrot and stick it right in the center, but I'm going to find the part where it doesn't have the expiration date or anything like that. And I think this would be the nicest way to put it, which is with the little extra piece on the side on your left. That way maybe they can hold it and eat it like this, scoop it out like that. So I'm going to find this part as my front, and I'm going to go ahead and stick it in like this, probably about halfway, because we want to be able to see that form of a carrot. And I'm just gonna fill in just a little bit more on this dirt cookie here, like that. And that is it. Just clean up the edges a little bit. Just like that. I'm going to cover this, try to cover that front part like that and make it look like a carrot. And that is it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest, and then I'm going to put them all together so you can see how that turned out. Alright guys, so there you have it. This is just sticking these, like I said, maybe like halfway or even less, just like a quarter, like a 1/3 of it, just maybe just the point of it. That way you can see majority of that orange for that carrot. And I do suggest using the little drizzle on them. It does kind of make them look a little bit more like a carrot. That way they don't seem so plain and so like smooth. This kind of give it a little bit more character, a little bit more realistic carrot look. So one thing I do suggest, when you have your strawberries, a lot of times you'll stick them in the refrigerator to try to keep them fresh. I do suggest taking them out like an hour or so before you start doing these. That way they can come to room temperature and not be cold, because if you stick your cold strawberries into your hot or warm candy melt, it will create like condensation inside the shell of this, and a lot of times it will start sweating, which means that the coldness will kind of make little holes or something on your candy melt, and it'll start sweating. It'll start getting some of that moisture out. And this way, as you see, it may have a little shine, but it is completely dry. So do use the strawberries at room temperature, where when you touch them, they don't even feel cold. That way when you dip them in, they won't have that problem. So if you were to bite into them, they won't have all that moisture inside. So I do recommend that. And I believe that is it, guys. I think this is great to make for your kids' classmates to take for maybe Easter, right before they go on spring break, or to make, of course, for your Easter get-together. Very easy and convenient and inexpensive, and I think this is just like something really neat for the little ones. Alright guys, that is all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe if you haven't done so, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and have a good one.